All right, Jack. So we were looking at the pentatonic scale there last time. So that's just kind of a way of getting to know how to play lead guitar, right? So, they basically kind of divide guitar playing up into rhythm guitar and lead guitar. That's a bit of an oversimplification now, but you know yourself, rhythm guitar is just when you're strumming chords, lead guitar is when you're generally playing one note at the same time, or at any one time, so playing melodies, right? So all sorts of different scales, but the pentatonic one is a really good one to start with, right? So you can play it anywhere you like. That's the B minor pentatonic because we're starting with a B. G minor pentatonic. But the one we're going to do is the E minor pentatonic. That way it's open, right? So it's just a little bit easier, makes it easier to get a grasp on it. So let's bring the light down a little bit here. Okay, so the shape of it is, right, you've got two notes on every string. The first of every two starts in the same fret, on the same fret every time. So in this case, open every time. Then from there, we're going up by 3 frets, up by 2, 2, 2, 3, and 3. And remember, when you're going back down, you start on the fretted one. It's not like, I mean, you can do that, but generally you want every note to be lower than the last one. So you'd start off on the fretted one, then the open. Keep that picking down, up, down, up. None of this kind of down, 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 down business, okay? So we're going... So just go down all the way up on the scale and all the way back down a few times just to get it really fluid. Not like that, okay? So keep an eye on those notes. And that's not to say you can't deviate from these notes here, but these ones are guaranteed to work. So kind of just, start off here. Okay, so from there then we've got 3 basic techniques to kind of make the phrases we're going to do. We're going to be doing a little bit smoother, right? So the first one is a pull off. Okay, and don't worry about hitting other strings in the process. A little bit of sloppiness here is not the end of the world, right? Next one is a hammer on. So now just make sure with a hammer on you get a good bit of clearance. Lift your finger up a good bit and slap right down on it, So you need to be kind of rough with this stuff. Okay, then the next one is a slide. You can go wherever you want with that. Okay, so the phrases we did were, so here's the first one. So we're starting off 3rd fret on the first string. Hitting it, pull off, doing the exact same thing on the next string up. And nothing wrong with a little bit of a drag on it as well, sort of a little bend on the string there as well. That's the other technique, but we'll leave that because bends on the acoustic guitar are a little bit difficult. Well, for now they are anyway. We'll get back to them. So we're going 1st string, 3rd fret, pull off, 2nd string, 3rd fret, pull off, and then from 3 to 5, slide up. Now the trick with a slide is that you need to keep that pressure on the string as you're dragging it up. So you really need to kind of squeeze down and then pull up against that squeeze. Okay, so... And you want the phrase to be in proportion as well, okay? So it's no good to do it like this, okay? Okay, just slow if one part of the phrase is going to be slower, then it all has to be slower, right? So just slow the pull-offs down, slow everything down. So that's fairly slow, but it's steady and coherent, right? And that's what we're after here. So the next phrase we did, we put an E minor to kind of put a nice full stop on the end of that as well. So we're starting off 4th string, pull off, 2nd string, pull off, and then a bigger one, a longer one, with a drag on it, preferably with both fingers at the same time. Then we'll end it with an E minor. And just think of the phrase in your head as well, like it should make sense musically, right? Da 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 do do. And again, if you need to slow it down, no problem. Just make sure it's not like this. Try to avoid those gaps between the strings. If there's gaps between the strings, that just means that you're doing the pull-offs too fast, right? So just back them up so each note is equal, right? So again, that note is still twice as long as the other. So even when we do slow it right down, it should still be twice as long. One more we did were... Okay, so that's open A, hammer on to the 2nd fret, open D string, hammer on to the 2nd fret, hit the open 6th string twice, and then just pop up on the first couple of strings there. Don't need to be too specific about it. Okay, so the main thing with that is go all the way up the scale, all the way back down, and get it nice and sort of, stay steady. Don't go faster than you can, but do try to get that speed up a little bit as long as it's steady. You never sacrifice steadiness for speed. But if you can get the speed up there while keeping it steady, great. And as well as that, another thing to kind of get fluid with those techniques is hammer on the way up and then pull off back the way down. And if you're feeling really fancy about it, you can do that pick, hammer, pull thing I was talking about, right? So that's when you pick an open string, well, not open in this case anyway, hammer on, then pull back off. So you get 3 notes for 1 pick. Okay, so see what you can do with that. And the main thing about it is that it's for messing about, okay? It's just, here's a bunch of notes that sound good, go together, throw them together however you like. So those 3 examples are just a couple of phrases of, just to give you an idea of the kind of thing you would do with it. But, if you want to just mess about with it and do your own thing, obviously that's the whole point. So, all right, so any questions, let me know. Keep it up.